Hello guys, it's me again, Teacher Janelle. For this video, I'm going to teach you how to use the MLA, the Modern Language Association, for referencing. The MLA is especially or particularly for your literary critical analysis project. You might ask, why do we need to reference? Why do we need to write sources? The answer to that is very simple. Because you don't own it, you have to recognize the owner. So whatever you copy, whatever you borrowed from Google or from other books or from other sources, it is just right that we recognize the owners of the original thoughts, the original opinions, the original ideas, the original creators of ideas that we borrowed, that we copied from. But I'm not saying that you can copy in toto everything that you have read. Of course, there goes paraphrasing. Now, what happens if you fail to cite? What happens if you fail to recognize or write the names of authors, or you fail to paraphrase? Well, you could be sued for plagiarism. Now, what is plagiarism? Plagiarism happens when you copy without permission or without citing the sources of the information you took from other people's works. If you're a student here in the Philippines, you must have been so accustomed with the APA. APA and the MLA, those are two different things. So to make a clarification on both, because I don't want to go immediately to talking about the MLA when we are still glued to the APA. What you learn in high school, what you use in your research reports or in your research paper, that you were using the APA when you were referencing the sources. The MLA is typically used for literary works. So now that you're going to be writing a critical analysis, a literary critical analysis, that means it's literature, meaning you're going to be using the MLA. However, it is still wise to always ask your teacher what style he or she wants you to follow when you write your literary critical analysis. Because of course, at the end of the day, it would still be your teacher who's going to check your work. So, first step is to ask what style to use. So if your teacher says APA, then APA it is. But mostly, literary analysis uses the MLA format. That is why we're going to talk about the MLA format hand in hand or side by side vis-a-vis the critical analysis. Okay, so let's begin. When you say in-text citation, that means names of authors or sources of information are actually embedded in the body or in the parts of your analysis or your essay. So you would see the names of authors enclosed in parentheses. If you're using books, it's the name of authors enclosed in parentheses and the page numbers. For citing references for the bibliography, that is actually the full reference citation. That would include the name of the authors, the date of publication, the title of publication, the publisher. If it's online, it includes the URL. Just a head start, for this video, mostly I'm going to give you samples of references found online since, let's face it, most of students now, they go for the online sources, online references. However, I'm still going to have to give you the links of the other forms of references once you go to printed materials. So you can just click the link below as I'm going to lead you there. In-text citation. So it says here, never drown in the belief that things could be worse because there's always a chance that things will be better. Then you see the name enclosed in the parenthesis, Centilius. That means Centilius is the author. If you remember in APA, this goes with the year of publication. That is APA. This one is MLA. The Modern Language Association format, there is no need for the year of publication. All you need is the name of the author, the family name. So if it's me, you say Cogtas. That's my family name. If you're using a reference that is printed, that is a book, of course you can include the page number where you took the quote from. But since this is from online, this is from a website, so there is no need for page numbers. Examples for MLA, the bibliography sample. So you have there Centilias J, The Power of Self-Belief, Owl Press, 23 September 2019, then the URL. Centilias J, that is the name of the author. The Power of Self-Belief is the title of the article. You see that it's enclosed in quotation marks. That is a distinct feature of the MLA referencing style. Then it says Owl Press. Owl Press, that is the name of the website. Owl Press is the name of the website where the article was published. And the date, 23 September 2019, of course, that is the date the article was published. Then goes the URL. I have read in the book somewhere in the 6th edition, this book, like the MLA book. I found it somewhere. I was digging in my bookshelf and I was kind of studying it, browsing it through it, and I learned some stuff in it. However, when I browsed Google, I found out that there is the latest edition, the 8th edition. And so I'm gonna have to tell you that when you are going to search for MLA generators, make sure that it is 8th edition, because that is the latest now, the 8th edition, because there is a huge difference between the 6th or the 7th to the 8th. That is the MLA. Let's see how it is in the APA, so that at least you will have a closure of your APA days. I'm not saying that you were not going to be using the APA, but for this moment that you're writing your critical analysis, let's just put it aside for now to ease the tension, the confusion. So for now, let's set it aside until such time that you are so well versed with the MLA that you can already welcome the APA with open arms once more, and both of them can dwell in your brain without confusion. Okay, so this is the APA. So the difference is, in the APA, Centilias J, so that's just the initial of the author's first name, and then right after that is the date of publication, then the title of the article, and you see that there are no more quotation marks there. Then it says retrieved from, that is the URL. Now let's talk about your literary critical analysis. Why do we need sources when all you gotta do is analyze a literary piece? Darling, that's a lot of work to do. That's a lot of thinking, because from the word analysis itself, you have to break down the parts and explain each component so that it would lead you to your thesis. What's your thesis? It would contain your interpretation. So your interpretation of the literary piece. So in other words, the literary critical analysis is argumentative writing. Yes, it is subjective, but it needs evidences, it needs support. Most of the support that you need for writing literary critical analysis is just found in the literary text itself, because of course that is what you are analyzing. So you're going to provide your readers the evidences. Which part of the literary piece are we talking about? Which part are you trying to interpret? Which of those lines from the literary piece would support your interpretation? Then there goes secondary sources. So those sources that you must have found in related analysis or some related articles that would support your argument, that would also lead to proving your thesis. So this is the reason why you would always have a works cited, a separate works cited page at the end of your paper. Okay, so you're going to be reading a lot. If you don't read and you would only rely on your opinion and how you see the literary text, then it would be a much weaker argument without evidences, without support from other people who might have the same pattern of thinking as you have, or as the author has in the literary piece that we are talking about. So that means that your works cited or your bibliography is a testament that you have read, that you have seen patterns of similar ideas, similar opinions from other people, and you use them to stitch together an argument that would support your interpretation of the literary piece. Let's see the format of a critical analysis that is using the MLA format. Here goes. So in the upper right corner of the paper is your family name, the student's family name, then the page number of the paper. So, hey miss, there is no need for a title page. For MLA, it does not require a title page, but the APA does require a title page, but the MLA doesn't require a title page. But then again, you still have to ask your teacher about it if she would want you to write or make a title page, because the final say would still be your teacher. You'll be using a letter size paper that's 8.5 by 11. Then 1-inch margin from top to bottom, left to right. Then on the upper right corner, you write your name. If you're a student or if you're a teacher, your student's name must be written on the upper right corner with the page number. And if it's page 2, of course, it starts with page 1. Verdita, that's a family name. Say Verdita, a family name of my student. So Verdita 1. And page 2, of course, it says Verdita 2, 3, and 4, and so on. Alright, so Shannon Verdita, that is the student's name. So if you're a student, your name goes there in the top part, in that area, as the sample shows. If you're a teacher, you tell your student that their names are found there. Then below the student's name is the teacher's name. That teacher Janelle Cogdas, that is my name. I am the teacher. Then below that is the subject, English 10, assuming this is an English 10 subject matter. Then the date that I am writing or submitting the paper. So let's say I am submitting the paper today. So 31 October 2020. So the day first, then the month and the year. Then the title, The Story of the Aged Mother, A Reflection on Society. The title is there. So you could ask your teacher if she or he wants the title to be bolded or just like that. Okay. Now, this sample that I'm showing you is not really meant for a critical analysis, so I'm just showing it to you for sample purposes. Just click the link below. You could go visit my blog to see how a critical analysis should look like. So, however, in my sample, it was a critical analysis for a sonnet. Well, a sonnet is still a literary piece, is it not? So that means the elements there would be similar to other literary works. Alright, so if you are interested to know the format, you can just click the link below. Going back to the format, always bear in mind that everything is double spaced. Go to the line spacing and you click 2. So yeah, that's double spacing. 2, double spacing. Alright, so this is just a sample, and don't forget the Times New Roman is used for MLA, 12. Font size is 12. Next, the works cited. Works cited. Is it not supposed to be bibliography, miss? Yes, no. Works cited and bibliography are two different things. However, sometimes the teacher would ask you for works cited, but she actually meant bibliography, or she asked for bibliography and she meant works cited. Technically, they are the same in format, but different in purposes. When you say works cited, that means you're making a list of the sources of information wherein you took some information and you put it in your body. Those things that you paraphrased or the quotes that you took, all those are written in the works cited. Those sources that you didn't really took any paraphrasing or let's just say a quote from, it doesn't need, or they don't need to be found in the works cited. They can be found in the bibliography. Those sources where you took the information like how to reason, how to do this and how to do that, those are found in bibliography. But those that are directly involved in your discussion, in your explanation, because you took information from it, you paraphrased it, you took a quote to support your argument, those sources are found in the works cited. This is the very reason why when you are going to write a literary critical analysis, you are writing a works cited. The works cited, actually, the counterpart of this title is references. If you're using the APA, this is the references part. So if you say references, that's APA format. If it is works cited, that's MLA. So you are actually expected to read a lot and take information from those sources, but paraphrase and cite, of course, the authors and the sources. Question: how do you cite a blog? Alma Angel, The Age of Homosexuality, A Choice or Faith, The Edge, 2020, then the URL. For those who are still not familiar with URL, that is actually what we call just the link where you found the article. So that's URL, the link. Okay, so Kalma, that's the family name, then Angel, first name. So in APA, if it's APA, it would just be Kalma A. But this is MLA, so you have to write the first name as well, complete first name. So Kalma Angel, so family name, then the first name. Age of Homosexuality, that is the title of the article. The Edge, that is the title of the blog. So that's the blog name. That's the blog's name. That's The Edge. Then 2020, that's the year of publication. Then the URL. That's it. How about if you took the information from a book? Example, Gibaldi, Joseph, MLA Handbook for Writers of Research Papers, 6th edition, The Modern Language Association, 2001, pages 142 to 143. Gibaldi, Joseph, MLA Handbook for Writers of Research Papers, 6th edition, The Modern Language Association, 2001, pages 142 to 143. This means that the 142, 143, this means that I took the information from those pages of the book. Okay, so if it is a book, the title of the book is italicized. See, so in the previous sources that I've shown you, what is italicized, in the website, what is italicized is the name of the website, the name of the blog, they're italicized. Okay, what do I mean italicized? They're set in italic. The letter I in your Word document. How about if it's from a website? You took an article from a website. So it says Centilias J, The Power of Self-Belief, OO Press, 23 September 2019, then the URL. So J. Centilias, that's the name of the author. The Power of Self-Belief, that is the title of the article. Then the OO Press, that is the website, the name of the website. Then 23 September, obviously, that is the date. Then the link where you took the information from. How about if it is a newspaper? It's a newspaper article. Still the same. So family name, Lo Ricky. The story behind Hapag ng Pag-asa, Philstar. Philstar, that is the newspaper name, but this is online. So that is the reason why you see the link, because this is not a printed newspaper. How about if you have found different articles, forms of information, but one author? Say for instance, Cogtas Janelle, An Allusion to the Last Supper. This is from a website, the OO Press. Then there goes another information still from Janelle Cogtas, and you need that information, and it's found in YouTube. So what you're gonna do is just use 3 hyphens and a period. So there is no need to write the author's name once more, because it's the same author. All you're gonna do is 3 hyphens and a period, then the rest follows. So it's the same format minus the name of the author. You're going to replace it with 3 hyphens and a period. So in this example, you have like 3. The first one is from a website. The second one is a video from YouTube. I know that most of you would be going to YouTube for information. Then here goes another one, how to compare articles through a Venn diagram. That is from a blog site. So one author but 3 different content. Make sure that you have arranged your works cited alphabetically, starting from the author's name. So Kalma, Cogtas, Gibaldi, Lo, Centilias. That's alphabetical. Anyhow, you can just hit pause and focus your eyes on the samples that I gave you, so that you would have a very good visual of how your references should look like. And then again, the links are found in the description below, or you could just go to Google and you write what you have. For instance, you would just say how to cite sources, MLA, book, no author. Then voila, Google will just give you a sample. Or you can say MLA format, newspaper, no date. Just for instance, we don't really know what you come across. So you can just type those in Google and Google will help you with a sample. So you don't really need to be anxious about this one. So instead of focusing your effort on how to make the references, you focus it on the contents of your critical analysis. My blog can help you in what to write in the introduction, the body, and the conclusion. You can just go there freely. I hope that I have helped you ease your troubles with MLA. So MLA is not really that scary. You just follow the format. So focus your effort on the literary critical analysis. Have an interpretation, support your interpretation, give evidences, read more to do that. Okay? And of course, you'll list down all the sources of information you took from the internet, and you'd have a very good analysis. So I want to thank you for watching this video. I would also like to thank Shannon for suggesting this video, for requesting this topic, the MLA. I hope, Shannon, that I have helped you in the best way that I can. So thank you for your request. And also, I would like to shout out to Angel Calma, Gian Garcia, Jeremy Trangia for, without hesitation, supporting me in this endeavor. Si Sir J Cintilia. Sir J, thank you so much for making me feel appreciated in what I do. Thank you, sir. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Si Sir J is very supportive of me. Si Sir Rufels, thank you. That just one message and you're right there to hit that button and do comments for me a lot. You comment a lot and I appreciate them very much. Thank you, Sir Rufels. Thank you, Miss A, for with no hesitation supporting me in this endeavor of doing this video channel for students, which is actually basically started for my students, because this online learning requires me to be heard by my students, because I cannot just leave them with reading and then answering. So they need to listen to me. I need to be heard. I need to be talking to them, even in just this video. And I would also like to thank the many subscribers. Well, naka 100 ka pin ako, guys. 136 for now. So I hope mudaghan pa na siya. So grade 1 ako, kaya naka 100 na ako. Thank you. So YouTube already sent me a message saying that I should celebrate the 100 subscribers, and I should. So thank you so much. So see you again sa ika-200 na sad pang grade 2. I thank you so much, and I am looking forward that we travel this road together. I talk, you listen, you watch, you subscribe, you comment. Shout out ako mga agaw, mga damay boys. Laban lang, damay boys. Laban ang laban. Ang akong anak na si Mark. Shout out pa din sa ako ang mga dear friends, Flora May and Jacqueline, na damay pirmi sa mga videos. Tanaw dyan mo mga friend. Tanaw dyan na sila. So when I do maoy and say who would ever watch and read me, they would always tell me, we are here to read you and watch you. Acha! And also to my dear friend, napaday ko isa ka dear friend, si Geraldine Yunting. Thank you. Sa imong masipang pakpak friend. Thank you, thank you. Salamat ka. Ito akong friend nga si Marge. Thank you, Marjorie. Thank you, thank you. Si Emmy. Si Emmy ang mga nag-comment sa akong previous nga video. Si Emmy. Si Mark Cogtas. Sa akong previous video na si Arigato Japan TV. Thank you po. Jacqueline Sampaga. Beverly Divino from my last video. Thank you for the comment. Mitch Libra. Thank you for the comment. Marjorie Olivar, Jeremy Trangia, Gian Garcia, Mona Lisa Binagatan. Thank you po for the comments. This would keep me inspired to push me to go on making videos. Thank you. So see you in my next video, guys. See you. Thank you.